Today I'm decorating hilarious Bone to Succeed graduation cookies. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. So are you ready to tickle your funny bone and your sweet tooth? Grab some cookies and let's decorate. I started with a black royal icing in a 15-second consistency, and I outlined and flooded a square cookie and let it dry completely. And once my cookie had dried completely, I used a stencil to put bones around the edges of this hip-to-be square cookie. And now I am just going in and putting in my bone here with a royal icing that's also in a 15-second consistency. I just outlined the bone and flooded it in. And then I'll use my scribe to shape that bone and make sure I cover my outline edge and make sure it's nice and smooth. We definitely don't want any fractures. Then I'll set it aside to dry. So my cookie was drying for about 15 minutes. Now I'm just going to come in and put two triangles over here for a nice bow loop, and I'm using green, which is the school colors, for this graduate. So my icing here is also a 15-second consistency, and I'm just going to make two triangles and then use my scribe to shape them and settle the icing down and make sure it gets all the way down to the surface of the icing underneath so I don't get any craters. And then I'll set this aside to dry for about another 15 to 20 minutes until the green icing has crusted over. And now I'll come back in and just add the ties to the bottom here, so just kind of add a line of royal icing in both directions for the ties. And then once again, use your scribe to settle that icing down and set the cookie back aside to dry until the icing crusts over again. And then we'll add the center to the bow, and our bountiful bow will be done. Set this cookie aside to dry completely. And I should mention that before I started with the bone on this cookie, I did use my projector and I wrote in the words "Bone to Succeed" using white food gel and a paintbrush. And here I have a non-toxic pencil, and I'm using a Diploma image I found off the internet, and I'm just kind of making the lines for a diploma because I want this bone to look like a diploma, and then I'll go back over that with an edible marker. And I'm also going to outline the entire bone with the edible marker as well. And if you want to watch a bone-tastic tutorial on how to transfer the design to your cookies, I'll leave that link in the description as well. And bon appetit! These Bone to Succeed cookies are done. I hope you enjoyed this puntastic tutorial. Be sure to drop me a note in the comments, and if you've got any bone puns I haven't thought of, to be honest, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.